I just got back from the Esri Developer Conference, and it was a great time. We took our entire company this year, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what we did and what we learned. The Esri Partner and Dev Summit is in Palm Springs, California, and it was beautiful this year. We started off the week with the Partner Conference, which is a wonderful time to learn about new Esri technology, as well as business trends in and around the geospatial industry. For me, the highlight this year were the Partner Awards. My company, Dymaptic, won the Partner Award for GIS for Good, compelling use of Esri technology to make a difference in the world, which means a lot to me. We work hard to do good things for our clients, and it was great to be recognized. This also meant that we got our picture taken with Jack, the CEO of Esri. It was all a big hurry, but I think he remembered me from the first time I met him. It was about this point in the week, on Monday, that most of our staff started showing up. They were flying in from all over the country to join us in Palm Springs. But wait, I'm a software developer, and Dymaptic is a software company, and we're going to a software developer conference, and we're a minute into this video and I haven't shown any code yet. We better fix that. Let's look at how I made this animation. While that's running in the background, let's take a look at the final code. To build this app, I started out using GeoBlazor in WebAssembly. So to get started, I just added my map view, and then I added this one feature layer. Now, because this feature layer has our employee locations in it, I've secured that so that only I can see it. And then I have activated OAuth authentication here so that whenever I start the app, it asks me to log in before it shows me any of the data. Okay, so once I've added this map view, then as soon as the map is rendered, I want to call our draw lines function here. Okay, now this is where all the magic happens in the draw lines function. So first, we add our destination to the map and we set a zoom level. So the destination in this case is Palm Springs. Then we query that layer that we added up above to get everything that's not me and not Mara, because the two of us had arrived earlier in the week, and so this is just the people that are arriving on Monday. Everyone else, basically. I will also say that some employees drove, or at least one did, and so this isn't exactly accurate, but it's close enough and it was fun doing this. Now I take our destination, which was Palm Springs, and I project it into the same spatial reference as our sources here. Now, what I need to do is I want to draw lines between all of the sources and the destinations. So I start by getting all of the features out of our query. I extract the geometry. I convert them to a map point. And then I create a new polyline which starts at I, which is the map point we just created. So starts at the source and goes to the destination, which is Palm Springs, using that spatial reference, which is why I did that projection earlier. Once that's done, I densify that line. So I'm using geodesic densify so that it'll give me a nice curved line. And I'm doing it every 10,000 meters. So that should be plenty of resolution for looking at it at the scale I want to, so zoomed way out. Then we wait for all of those to finish. And once we're done, we convert them into graphics. So I take all of these geometries, I create a new simple line symbol, which is just a red line. I add those to the map, and then I zoom into them. Before we continue, let's check in and see where I am in the developing of this app. Yes, this is a good spot. We're about to see me celebrate. Oh yeah, and we're moving some giant geometry. Yes! They're curved! That's amazing. The rest of the app was fairly straightforward. I used OpenAI's DALL-E to make an image of an airplane, and then I put it at the beginning and I moved it one dot at a time across the lines until it got to the end. Oh, and I did do some math to rotate the airplane so it was in line with the path. But we should get on with what we learned about at the conference now. There were plenaries to get overviews and learn about all the newest Esri technology. There were sessions where we learned about the differences between ArcGIS Enterprise and ArcGIS Online, and how to do things like install conda packages in Pro. We learned that branch versioning is simpler than traditional versioning, and how the SQL works within it. There was speed geeking. There's my personal favorite, the Expo, where you can talk directly to the Esri developers. You can learn about why they did a thing, or how a thing works. We learned about performance limitations and tips and tricks to get around those and to increase performance. And after my own heart, we learned about unit tests. There was mini golf, where I was way too overdressed. There were plenaries. Then, in the middle of the week, this happened. Based on the faces of others, I was not the only one that was surprised at Jess's karaoke start. Jess had an excellent standing room only session on arcade and field maps. Did I mention there were plenaries? And look, we take up almost an entire row. I had a great presentation about GeoBlazer where I live coded my way through an app. And apparently I celebrate like this. You should always celebrate code successes. As usual, it was a fantastic conference, and we learned a lot. There's just too many things for me to list here. My big takeaway from the conference is that the industry is strong and growing. More and more organizations are using GIS in their day-to-day workflows, and there's a huge opportunity to help those folks by building maps and apps. We'll wrap up with a few statistics, Dev Summit style. 302,000 steps, which is about 138 miles. 18 different bird species cited. 144 caffeinated beverages. And 70% of those caffeinated beverages were coffee. And that's all for now. Jess, take us out.